Hi, so we're going to have a little wander around my house. This is our food waste bin at the moment. It gets a bit funky in there, but I don't always see the point of cleaning it up. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do and wish I hadn't. Sometimes I leave it outside for a bit to get UV'd and dried out in the air. So I've emptied the bin today, but it's been done. These are some washed cider bottles, and yeah, different kinds of recycling washed, because we've gone to twice a week, 2 weekly connections interspersed with main waste. And I'm thinking about going zero waste. That's our plastic bag collection, and a slightly empty fruit bowl. That's our bin. I'm just having a zero waste moment. Emptied out all the plasticky bits and the bits that aren't that. This probably is a pile of stuff that is left. I've taken all the plastic stuff, so that's all the stuff that I could use, that I probably could compost, that wasn't clean enough to put in the recycling bin or hadn't been put in the recycling bin, and I took out loads of yogurt pots and things and washed them as I was going through it. But now we've got quite a lot. I can't remember how many days this is. It's a couple of days. We're really bad at the moment. That's junk mail and cards that we got hold of from our local church. We're chucking some out. Our church, the one we go to, they were chucking out some cards, but the other bit, we've made paper chains with junk mail. Some of this wood I collected off the street, but we're not using sort of places where we've had big branches come down, and this was in when we got here, this wood burning stove. We don't use it a lot, but it's okay, it does its job. It's very warm in here, but it isn't really warm elsewhere. We're not brilliantly clean at the moment. None of us have been very well in ourselves. That's right. Oh, here is our recyclings. We've got metal bars hung up, and those are our pans. This is our electronic recycling, because my husband is the IT engineer guy, and we've got that waiting to go to the tip. And this is all-in-one recycling at the moment. Husband started buying bottles of water, fizzy water. Anyway, don't want our argument. Oh yeah, and that was a can crusher, which has taken its toll on the wall. It may need recycling. Okay, what have we got out here? This is our back step. I chased down the milkman once, like Will Smith in the first Men in Black, and so now we get milk delivered, because they do our street. And that's, I can't remember what I planted in there, a bean I think, something. That's a metal watering can, a kid's watering can. The kids like it, it's a nice weight for them. This is next door's clematis that comes over. In the past I've made kind of interesting like art things by making rings out of the clematis stems. Some of this, we've got a lot of this pelargonium dream thing. I've not poisoned myself yet. I believe you can eat these leaves. I have been eating them. Oh, some bumblebee in there. Some kind of bumble type large bee. We bought this box. It's not really doing much. I'd like to have more useful kind of growing mediums around here. This box and this holly, this male holly, that's it was originally male. It seems to have changed sex and started producing a little bit of berries. And I'm so clumsy with everything to do with language, really. So, but yes, I'm feeling at home with that. What else? These are our bins. We've got that lattice was up when we came. We haven't really made use of it. We've got marine stuff that's out there. It's out the way. It kind of looks like a pretty thing. This is a whole tub of homemade compost. Homemade compost, woo! And there's more of it. This is my beans starting to come through. Yeah, my beans, and I've got kind of green beans and broad beans planted in there, and there's garlic as well at the end, and a nasturtium that I planted. I've gathered these seeds off some waste side, kind of like side of a back street, kind of back alley. Seed gathered off a back alley, so, and that brought that here. I don't think I did that with my. This is a quite poorly example. You probably can't see it very well either. That's my hedge garlic, but there's more of that. There's some little. We did have a big laurel bush. We've still got it, but it's chopped down a lot, which the wildlife liked. But it's left little seedlings everywhere. I don't know whether to sell them or not, but they seem to germinate quite well. Yeah, there's garlic. A compost heap. It needs a good turn at the moment, but I don't know whether to. We did get some complaint about having waste in our garden. But then we had the big laurel chopped down and all sorts of different things. So hopefully whoever was unhappy wasn't happy. And I stopped putting eggshells on my compost heap because I think that might have been part of the issue. Just the idea of working hard. I used to have it covered better than it is now. Yeah, I've not done that. This is a pile of brash that I've saved from various kinds of. So I jumped because I noticed the cat that was hiding in there. That's another issue. We do, because we're quite a sun trap in here. We get cats. It's not our cat, it's the neighbour's cat. Cat belongs over the road. So look, this is sycamore trees that I rescued off the road. I don't know what I'm going to do with them because really sycamore isn't all that useful except for wood. And it's got lots and lots of hedge garlic seedlings in there. This is another hedge garlic, and this is a sand pit that we don't use very often because when I manage to keep it covered properly, if I don't keep it covered properly, it became a cat toilet, and maybe something else, whatever that is. I don't know what that hole is there, which is a bit worrying. I think it's probably something where a cat has scrabbled to cover something, hopefully. This is more compost that's been sat since I dug it out when it was apparently finished. So we managed to do the tea bags don't come out so much. It's a bit wet and smelly. It's not smelly, it's okay. I think it's just a bit. It's been sitting undisturbed in this tub all winter, so it needs moving out and doing something with. I still can't decide. It's an old water feature that we forgot what to do with. Buckets, saved bits of pots and things. Now this is some of the laurel that we chopped up. I didn't think you could use it for firewood, but and old Christmas tree bits as well. I didn't think you could use the laurel for firewood because it's quite almondy. It might be an arsenic.